You were at Ford for a period of time.
10 years. Loved it. Best job I ever had.
Tell them what vehicles you started on and which ones you were help build at Ford?
Yeah, no, I hadn't said anything about Bronco. I was in the plant that made that. That was a thrilling event. Every Bronco's ever been turned over, I designed the machine that did it and built it. And I was the worst thing that the union hated, because in my career I've also was a machine repairman. And I have been written up for welding, doing pipe fitting 20 feet in the air. And they learned at Ford, and I don't mean this facetiously, but if you fuck with me, you're gonna get hurt. And don't get in my way if I'm doing my job. And my boss says, I actually drew Mason-Dixon lines, painted on the floor at Ford. Don't come over there. That's everything under there, it's mine. You got a problem, you tell me. I'll fix it. And I had the wonderful career in the world. You know why? I told the guys, I worked for a wholesale tool company, and I designed milling cutters and shops and things like that, and I had supervision of some people that were, there's a bunch of pictures of them too. Fond memories somewhat. But I got into a situation, I said, wait a minute, I don't like supervising people. This is not fun. So I went back to school when I was 26 years old, back to Tulsa, where I came from. Well, I met my wife at Tulsa University. And when I got out, I came looking for a job in Tulsa. They weren't really building cars in Tulsa. My dad was in aircraft. My uncle lived in Detroit, so I went up there, and across the street was a Ford plant. The next door neighbor brought 2 applications over, said they're looking for anybody that can breathe. This is 1964, 65. And I'm filling out the things that came on. My uncle says, don't screw it up, the second one, because I want to go. He said, I'm tired of supervising too, and he ran a pneumatics company. Now, I'll just say 2 things about my uncle. He was already tested beyond 200 IQ. And he's just weird as green popcorn. You couldn't believe. He was crazy, but he was amazingly intelligent. But he just also, so we wrote down, no, we do not want to supervise nobody. And they interviewed us at 7:30 at night from plant engineering, because my uncle he has a 10th grade legal education, and the nuclear power plants, he designed the electrical control system for Gilbert Rossetti and John G. Hood. He was hired there where everybody had to have at least a master's. He was hired at John G. Hood and was running a group in less than 6 months. John G. interviewed him, he'd never been hired. You know, only the owner can take that kind of chance. The guy was incredible. But anyway, we went to Ford. In a year and a half, they said, we don't want you here, we want you in other positions, processing for me, and they wanted him on the trouble crew. And that's all he did, was wherever it blew up, he wasn't fixed. You got 3.5 minutes and you better be right. That was what I told everybody. I used to teach supervisors. What's that mean? Well, if you're making 40 jobs an hour, what are they worth? What's an hour worth? Okay, back then you were probably 10 grand, okay? So we got 400,000 bucks. How many minutes is the company going to be happy about not building? And I said, when you're in supervision and you got a problem, you got 3.5 minutes to fix the problem. That's not how this thing works. And to not digress in Ford, I ended up with 13 people on the shift senior, and then I promoted myself to Brickman, actually, and I'll tell you how that happened. And I tell my people, I said, everybody's got to fuck off. That's required. But if you have nothing to do and your feet on the desk, it's not no fun. You got to be not doing what you're supposed to be doing to have fun doing it. And I said, now, don't ever tell me you don't have nothing to do. Never. And you know why? There's 2,000 people out there working their ass off, sweating and bleeding. And you tell me you can't go help one of them make his job easier? A longer hose, a shorter hose, move this, do this. Fix his system. Help these people. The quality goes up. when you take care of the man doing the job. And the manager of the department looks like me, only about 4 inches taller. His name was Dan Fitzgerald. He's Irish, I'm German, redheaded too. And when he first came in the plant, he walked down the main aisle, about a mile, and they called him everything in the world because he had a suit coat on. I never wore a suit coat. I come in the morning, he had the look, whatever, and my tie was usually over the back or hanging or in dirt somewhere. And they all yelled at me, "What are you, big time now? I got a coat on," yelled at me. And when he met me down at the towing machine, I was really busy because I had set tow and it was down, and you are close to stopping things. And he come down the aisle with his hands in his pockets, and he says, "You must be Terry Tanner." And I said, "Yeah, you must be Dan Fitzgerald." He said, "Well, mister, you, because I look stuffy." I said, "I ain't got time to fuck with you. I ain't got time to walk around my hands in pockets. You want, I get out of my way." And I went over and fixed the towing machine. And I came back later. And we got along fabulously. I threw my keys at him 4 or 5 times. I've turned desks over on people. I was really a rabid dog. I should have been fired many, many times. Should have. But bottom line, I made money. Every department I went in made money. And that's because I enjoyed doing what I was doing. I had fun every day. Every day I giggled. Because I could go in there. My uncle and I went in there and they had all these machines. We couldn't even spell them, let alone. Most of them, we didn't even know what they were. Now, for people like us that had always been in machinery, that was just a toy land. It was like, good gracious, it's Disney World. They had Johnstone pumps and grease presses and welders and micropoise balancers and spot welders. We never even messed with them things. We had great big Rotax. They didn't even know how the Bronco was turned up on the side. They didn't know how it happened. The people put the thing in and never lubricated the Rotax, which is an air motor, which was literally, and they had the whole thing down for about, 3 days. And Uncle Bob and I walked by and said, "You need to put some oil on those lubricators and that Rotax will work fine." But it was a gate unit. We built the thing upside down, then we had to pick it up and rotate it. And they did that with some awful mess, and I finally redesigned that and got it where it would spin it like a top. But it was just an opportunity. I love opportunity. When you get a chance to fix something, how well can you do it? And when you take something apart, we decided to take something apart, we got to figure out what else can we do while we're there. When you take a bolt off, you're in jeopardy. You can strip it, you can lose it, you can break the thing, the part falls off, the jack drops. Okay, now are you sure you need to take that bolt off? Before you start, you might as well make sure what you're doing. So that's where I kind of come from. Now, how did I get to Brickland? Well, I was at AAD, the Automotive Assembly Division. I got myself promoted to a damn desk. I don't like desks. I never had a desk you sat at. You had a desk you went by and see how many people were yelling at you. You're out there where it's at. I tell my people, I think how bad it was. I hated it. When we came off of nights, I had my guys running the place. Because our rules in my department was when it comes 7:15, you leave the office. Don't come back. Take rotation numbers of where you're at. I don't care if you're at a coffee shop. It don't make shit to me where you go. But don't go in that office. And leave the bosses up there to go to meetings and answer their own goddamn questions. And they would get mad at me, but I said, I'm out here doing my job. You ever been out on the floor? They build trucks out there. Here, the rotation number so-and-so is red. And I just harassed the shit out of them. So I got in and I got down there. And then they sent me to Louisville to build a plant, which was a nightmare. And I managed to get sick down there and was off for, they had me grounded for 9 weeks, which meant I couldn't do anything.